من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب وبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Beautiful recitation. So inshallah, before I invite Sheikh Ammar, one reminder, we've been sending emails, a survey for the past couple of weeks. So if you have not filled out the survey, we request every family to please fill out the survey. Inshallah, we're looking at several projects for the community to see the feasibility, including, inshallah, Islamic school. It's really important that we get information about families, where they live. So one of the questions is about the zip codes of where you're living. So that will kind of help knowing demographics, how many kids there are. And so inshallah, it only takes a few minutes, so please fill it out. And if you know other members of the community who don't attend, please forward it to them so that we can get as much information from the cross the Shia community. So we're honored to have Sheikh Ammar Haider. I knew him from the time in Dallas. He served the community there for many years. Sheikh Ammar has studied in Qom for over 20 years. He has finished their Kharaj and has studied under many of our great Ayatullahs. And so it's an honor and blessing to have his presence amongst us. So inshallah, we're looking forward to his three speeches. So with that, please welcome him with the Lawat Salawat on Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والسماوات والأرضين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد سيدنا ومولانا أبي الحق
اللهم صل على محمد
والصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين سيما مولانا بقية الله في العالمين إن شاء الله. Islam is a religion among all religions, but the difference between Islam is not the ceremonies and customs. Basically, Islam is a movement towards truth. And that's why we have the concept of Tawheed, that's why we have concept of Inside Kamil, that's why we have the concept of Wali and Wilaya all the times. It's all major signs of that Islam is not as a religion of just customs and ceremonies. Basically, all religions is some ceremonies, some customs and rituals, and we do follow those rituals, which is good. But we have to find a meaning in all the rituals. If you're doing rituals as a ritual, if you're doing rituals as rituals, you can just put something in.
اللهم صل على محمد.
So we have to find meanings in all the rituals. There's no action in Islam. There's no action without meaning in it. There's a meaning. And we have to make sure that that meaning is going to connect us from this world towards Tawheed. And this is the mainstream of the religion. And this was the core idea of all religions. Or we can say as well, free and religions as well. But because there's no document, we cannot connect to them because we don't consider them too much. But Abrahamic religion, there is a connection between human and our deeds and actions and the rituals we do to the eternal meaning of God. If our rituals are connecting us to the God, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is correct. The actions is correct, the rituals are correct, ibadat are correct, and everything is correct. But since the day we start doing things, the rituals, the customs, and we lost the meaning of it. We're doing it for the sake of doing it. We're doing it because the culture says it's good. And we're doing it because people, majority of Muslims or non-Muslims or whatever, they say, no, you have to do it. And if you're doing it in that sense, then that part of the religion is not meaningful. I'm not saying that's a dead part of the religion. Maybe it's not dead, but that's not meaningful. All of our actions has to be meaningful. Before doing all actions and offering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, As a human, we have to improve ourselves first of all, and we have to make ourselves pure for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because this purity, this highness, this we call it rush, this command is the first goal of Islam, the first goal of our Tawhid. Since the time we are in command or we are in progress, we are not going to be under the surveillance of Tawhid. So that is the base. Command and understanding the self is the most important thing. If I don't improve myself, let's say, if I don't improve myself and I just say, okay, but I'll keep doing things, and I'm doing lots of ibadah and worship and worship and worship, and I'm selling the same page as it was like a year ago, a month ago, or 2 weeks ago. We have a lot of hadith from Al-Mahdi where they say, if you do not improve and you are not having hope, or you don't have hope that you're not going to improve yourself, then ask death from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh, I'm dead, I cannot improve myself. Because they every day creates a weight on me. And if I'm not moving ahead, so I'm kind of stuck somewhere, and I'm not going to get command, actually I'm going to go more down. And this is not the goal. Goal as a human, the base point here is all of us at the very first sight, we have to remember this point that we are not going to live only in this life. And we say, fully stop in the life, this life is ended and we're gone, we're good. No. We have to move forward. For how many years? A century, 2 centuries, 5 centuries, million years, 2 million years? No. We're going to live forever. This life is eternal. He narrated from lots of Masudin that we have a hadith from Masudin as well, saying, this life is not going to end up. When you come to this life, you are here. We are going to change the place. We are going to change the place. Sometimes you're living in Arizona, and then you move from here to California, and then from there you move to, let's say, Texas, and from there you move to Virginia. But you will survive. You will live. This is your place. This is your home. You might move, but you live. We are living on this planet. Before this life, we have been living in some other home, some other place, some other situation. That is called the Al-Mahdi in the Quran. And after this life, we are going to survive again. We are going to live. We are going to live in the Qabr, we are going to live in Barzakh, and then we don't know how long the person is going to be, and then to the day of Qiyamah. The day of Qiyamah is not going to come like the day after 100,000 years, 500,000 years. It's going to be much farther, much farther. Very far away from us. Very far away from us. So we are going to change the place, but we will be same. We are all going to survive. So we have to have this theme always living in our mind. All the actions we do in this life, all the actions, there has to be a emphasis. And that emphasis is because I am going to live for millions of years, because I am going to live for thousands of years, because I am going to live for a long, very long life, because that is intention as my idea, so I'm doing this. I can give an example. Let's say you have this example. You are diabetic, and you have very severe diabetes. Very, too much. If you have too much diabetes, so you have to watch your entire life. If your friends visiting you say, why are you walking every morning? You don't have to run every day. Just sit down at home. This week, no running. So no, I can't sit at home. If I sit at home, I'm going to have worse diabetes, and my diabetes will be more high. So I have to control myself. I have to walk. I have no exercise. I can't eat this food. I can't eat this food. I have to eat this food. It's not tasty, but I have to eat this food. So you're managing everything from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. If you're in a new community, they are going to be amazed. Why are you doing this? All these things. This is not natural. Enjoy your life. You don't have to do all these precautions, but you do because of the intention. You want to prevent, well, diabetes is not too much serious thing, but sometimes if I have some more serious diseases, someone has cancer, and doctor says there's only one hope. If you want to survive from this cancer, then you need all these things. And then we start doing things. We're not going to eat that thing, we're not going to see that thing, we're not going to touch that thing, we're not going to be in that situation, we're not going to visit that family because they will offer me that food and that's really healthy for me. So you change your life because of one thing, because there's a problem. We have a problem. And the problem is we cannot end up this life. The problem is here, we cannot end up this life. This life is going to be, this life is going to continue. Because this is out of my control, and I cannot control myself. I cannot pull myself away from this life. I have to be there. I have to go through this life. And I have to travel. I have to travel from today to the eternal. And then going to millions of years, billions of years. Either you like it or you don't like it. You have to manage it. So we all have to make a round into the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't matter. Am I a doctor? Am I a sheikh? Am I an engineer? Am I a businessman? Whatever you are. These identities, what I hold here, this is my worldly identity. You meet me, I meet you. I say, this is my business plan. I'm a doctor, I'm a psychologist, I'm this and that, and I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer, I'm a sheikh, and I'm this and that. This is my worldly identity, full stop. When I'm other, this identity is not going to run there. This identity is not going to work there. From that point, we have to have our own identity. If we emphasize on this part of life, what kind of identity I'm going to hold in my family or my eternal travel, then all parts of religion is going to have some meaning in your life. If I don't care about that part of my life, and I'm providing services in the center, I'm doing lots of things, it could be very deceiving to us. Am I doing for my popularity? Am I doing it just because it was my charm when I was a child? I used to be a child, let's say an example. I was a child, 10-year old. And at that time, I decided if I was young, I would serve some center. And now I am 30. At the age of 30, I'm serving the center because that was my childhood charm. And I missed that part in my life, so I'm going to do it now, here in this life, in this state of my life. We cannot say this is enough. This is not, no, this is not a godly deed. Godly deeds have some different meaning. It's simple. What we do in this life for the sake of God means when we put the colon on it, for the sake of God, that means there's no other title in this deed. My lust, my popularity, my charm, my taste, my, what do you call it? Let's know. You can add all of other things. You clean all the things. I have to clean all the points. I have to keep only one thing in my mind. That is mukhlisan lillah. When I decide I'm going to do something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then I have to start from my own. And this is the basic teachings of Islam. This is the base teachings of Islam. It doesn't matter in what department of life you're working in, what type of job you have doing, or what type of life you have, what type of the city we're living in, what type of community we're serving. No, there's no relationship with that. There's only one thing. I have to work on myself. According to Amir al-Mu'mineen, there's a beautiful hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen where it says, one more than where it says, Azra bi nafsihi man istashara at-tamam. The very basic thing for improving self is Until the time I'm greedy, I have Ammar, I'm not going to bloom. I'm not going to bloom. I'm not going to get rushed. I'm not going to get command. I'm not going to grow up. أزرع بنفسه من استشعر الطمع. Everybody who has tamar in himself, he is still haqir, he is still cheap, he is still valueless. So to make ourselves valuable, the very basic thing Imam says, we have to kill this quality, no tamar anymore. And then Imam says, وَرِضَى بِالذُّلْ مَنْ كَشَفَ عَنْ ضُرِّهِ. The person who always go to others and talk about his calamities. He said, oh, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem, all the problems for life. Indirectly, this person is basically blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying, look, he has given all those blessings to my neighbors. But when time comes for me, no, I have no blessing. So indirectly, you're blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, it's not good. The person who is disclosing his calamities, his problems, his issues to others unnecessarily. Sometimes you visit a friend and you want to ask a favor from him, say, oh, I have this problem, so you can favor me? Yeah, go ahead, get a favor. But unnecessarily talking about the issues to others, this is not a good idea. Indirectly blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This nafs is not going to go higher. This nafs is still very weak. This nafs is still cheap. This nafs is still valueless. And then Imam says, وَهَانَتْ عَلَيْهِ نَفْسُهُ who man ammara alayha lisana. And the person who's under control of his lisan, his language, his attitude, his words, before he thinks he speaks, he's a man of anger, he's a man of desires. The person who is controlled by his tongue, by his language, is not safe. وَهَانَتْ عَلَيْهِ نَفْسُهُ. His nafs is too down. His nafs is so weak. So we have to kill the qualities. And sometimes when we are too much inside our own doing our own issues, we do not grow up. We do not grow higher. The day we decide, because we always have some small picture in our eyes. We see very small pictures. It's me, my family, my wife, my children, my husband, and this and that, and my best for life, and my desires, and my desires, and my desires. We are stuck in a very small point. But if it is the bigger picture, when we see the big picture, that makes our vision much clearer, much wider, and much deeper. So you're working for your own family, you're doctor for your family. You heal your wife, your children, and your parents, and your brother, sister, and then that's it, finished. Your brain is so tiny. But when you work as a doctor who is in charge of the whole hospital, the 5,000 patients are been working on them. They're under your guidance. And the tons of doctors are working in your team. And you're leading all of those doctors. Then your idea is bigger, then your vision is bigger, then you think vast. And you learn much more from your own too. Instead of being an doctor just for yourself. A very small, tiny brain office. Same as moment has to be. When we are just busy for our own purposes, our own life, our own business, we are very weak. We are very cheap. We are very naive. We are very weak. The Imam says, أَزْرَى بِنَفْسِهِ مَنْ اسْتَشْعَرَ الطَّمَعَ وَرَضِيَ بِالظُّلْمِ مَنْ كَشَفَ عَنْ ضِرِّهِ وَهَانَتْ عَلَيْهِ نَفْسُهُ مَنْ أَمَّرَ عَلَيْهِ لِسَانَهُ. We have to control lisan. We have to control thoughts. We have to control. Everything has to be in my control. There's a beautiful hadith from Ammar al-Mu'minin alayhi sallam and Imam Sajjad alayhi sallam. And the hadith says, where Imam said, a person asked from Zayn al-Abidin about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to punish us in the day of Qiyamah. Imam said, an example, when lisan does some sin, all the organs of the body talk to the tongue. And they say, please do not commit this sin. Don't say this word. Don't talk like that. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't say this. Don't laugh at on this and that. All the organs talk to the tongue and say, don't do this because if you do this because of you, we're all going to suffer in hellfire. We're all going to be none. We're all going to be in trouble. Just because of your sin. That's why it's much more emphasized on this part. It's much more emphasized. Once Abu Hamid Somali, he asked from the hadith is narrated from Imam al-Baqir that he said, Rasulullah said that a man came to Rasulullah and said, Ya Rasulullah, teach me something. Allimni ya Rasulullah shay'an. I'm here, I'm with you, and I want to learn something. Teach me something, Ya Rasulullah. In return, فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عليك باليأس مما في أيدي الناس. يأس and مأيوس. Be hopeless. عليك باليأس مما في أيدي الناس. Whatever you see in the people's hand, be hopeless of those things. Don't create hope. Oh, because he has this or she has this or he has this or she has this or he has this or she has this. Don't be like that. Don't pay attention to what people have in their hands. Alayka bil-yas. Alayka means be like that. Do this. Alayka bil-yas mimma fi aydi nas. Elevate yourself. Take yourself close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's a big barrier between me and my Khaliq, between me and my Ma'bud, between me and my God, between me, whatever you call them. And that one of the barriers is my worldly desires. I call them this shahwat, is worldly desires, my worldly desires. And these worldly desires are not going to let me see my God, what he wants from me. I don't care. Your mother is calling you. Your father is calling you. And say, yes, Mama, I'm coming. Yes, Mama, I'm coming. Give me one more hour. I'm coming. And after an hour, you don't go. Oh, Mama's late. I'll see you. I'll come and see you tomorrow. Okay, Mama, I'll come and see you next week. And next week. And next week. Simple thing. Because I'm too much busy in my personal life. I don't pay attention to that. Same thing we do to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's keep calling us. He's calling us. And only a second. Come to me, ask from me, be with me. And I will provide you everything you need. But I think I'm more smarter than those. No. Also realize. The first thing that Prophet Muhammad told him, عليك باليأس مما في أيدي الناس فإنه غنى الحاضر. You want to be independent, you want to be غني. فإنه الغنى الحاضر. This is the present. This is the present independency. You're independent. You're in the true meaning of you're independent now. If you don't care what people have in their hands, or because that sister has their car, and that brother has their home, and that girl has their husband, and that man has their wife, and that family has that thing, and that family has that thing, and then I have to, even they don't care about it. Do whatever you want to do for yourself. Work hard, be loyal, go through halal way. But what people hold in their hands, don't pay attention to them. Alayka. The word is being used, but عليك باليأس مما في أيدي الناس فإنه الغنى الحاضر. The man was smart. He said, Ya Rasulullah, zidni Ya Rasulullah. Give me more knowledge, more wisdom. Add something more. Sallu ala Muhammad wa alihi. زدني يا رسول الله. Add me some more. قال إياك والتمام. Protect yourself hardly, strongly. إياك والتمام. Protect hardly yourself from tamas. Don't have greediness. If you deserve, he will provide you. Full stop. Very simple. Why I don't deserve? Because what you have in your hand, it's much more than what you worth, what you deserve. It is much more than what you just be nice, be easy. or kittens. Don't kill the greediness. إياكم والطمع فإنه الفقر الحاضر. And if a person has this quality, he has greediness, he's a greedy person, he is living in true poverty, in present poverty. Maybe I'm a millionaire. It's a very famous story. This American billionaire, his name was, the famous story, his name was Andrew Carnegie, a Jewish family, the Jewish family in America. One of the most wealthiest person in America. When he was about to die, he asked from his servant, if God gives you another life, what would you like to be? Well, he was expecting that to say he's going to answer him, or the servant is going to answer him, I want to be like you. He said, I want to be anything and everything but you. Just imagine this answer. The person who served this person for the years and years, and this is his answer, this is the response to him. He said, I want to be anything, but not you. I want to be like you. Because he was wealthy, he was smart, he used his tricks, he became wealthy. But he was living in a true poverty. He was a true poor man because of his greed. And there's a lot of beautiful hadiths. There's a hadith if someone cannot become wealthy man unless he has there are some conditions there. If a person wants to become wealthy, there are 5 conditions, hadith are 4, and one of the conditions are he has to have tama. If the person is living in a greediness, then he can become a wealthy person. Otherwise, being a wealthy person is not a goal. If you become wealthy, then well done. Go and utilize your wealth for the good cause and just live a longer life and healthy life. It's a very good thing. But don't kill your values. Don't cross the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not hurt others. Do not hurt Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Live your own circle, live in your own boundaries, and live your life. And you're good. There's no issue. Another hadith from Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib, where he says, ثمرة التمر الشقاء. The result of tamar is shaqa. Shaqa means you become shaqi, hard-hearted, stone-hearted. You lose your ability to love someone, to be nice with someone. This is shaqawa, this is shaqa. And this is natija, this is thamaratul tamar. This is the result of tamar. The person who lives always in the state of tamar.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Another hadith from Imam Hadi where it says, At-tama sajiyatun sayyi'ah. Sajiyah is a quality. Not just tama, is a bad quality. Greediness is a bad quality. So we have to judge ourselves, we have to rate ourselves. Until the time we have all these small qualities in my nafs, I can't go high. If I can't go high, I can blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna salat tanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. And which lots of people that doing salah and they're doing all those munkarat and fahsha as well. What's the problem? Is there any problem in salat? Is there a problem in namaz, in prayers? No. A person came to Abdullah Jawadi Amuli many years ago. Came to Abdullah Jawadi Amuli and said, I need some dhikr. I want to elevate myself higher. He said, just go do the dhikr you will see it. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka. This is a very recommended dhikr for lots of awliya. They used to do the dhikr in Salat al-Layl or the Shaban. He used to reply to him, this dhikr a lot as much as possible. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka. This man came back to Abdul Jawadi after a few months, 5-6 months later. I said, Sheikh, I don't say anything myself. What's the problem? So he was trying to say, in a sense, the zikr has a problem, not me. Ajay responded to him, said, my brother, the zikr needs nafs and unity as well. You have to make your nafs as unity as well. This is the key. Sometimes we do zikr, we do salat, we do soul, we do hajj, we do ibadat, we do zikr zakat. Lots of things we do not see any change in themselves. The same answers given to that brother from this zikr, so very good zikr. But this zikr, the zikr itself needs nafs and unity as well. So we have to control ourselves. And that there's a role of aql. Now we can say what is the role of aql? Aql, this last one, and I will finish with this lecture in 2 minutes. Aql, sometimes we think aql is something, some kind of device which acts in a way for doing something for us. Aql does this, and aql does this, and aql does this, and aql does this. No, it's not the correct meaning. The true meaning of aql comes from Arabic word ayn, qaf, and lam means a prevention. Aql means which a device which holds you back. Arab people, the rope they use for keeping their animal, they call this rope aql. Aql is a device which holds you back, which controls you, which pull you back. This means aql. But the way we use the word aql, this man has aql, this woman has aql, this community has aql, this guy has aql. Aql means he know how to figure out things. No, this is not aql. Aql means the true meaning of aql. You know, Arab people, they wear the black rope here on the scarf. They call aqal, which holds the white cloth. The black rope holds this white cloth on their head. This is aqal. The rope which controls the camel is called aqal. Aqal means something which holds you back. When I'm going to destroy myself, aqal says, no, hold on, holds you back. This is aqal. Now, in this explanation, now we understand the better meaning of aql. We have to improve our aql. This device is good for keeping us moving, taking us forward, to move forward, yes. This brain tells us do this and do this and do this, and then you think if you improve your job and your business and your knowledge and this and that. But with aql, what is aql? Aql always holds us in safety. When I'm about to kill myself, when I'm about to just destroy myself, when I'm about to ruin myself, aql says, no, don't do that. Don't do that. This is going to kill you. This is going to destroy you. This is going to ruin your life. This is the true meaning of aql. So we have to work on ourselves to get the higher maqamat, higher grades into the eyes of Allah, and there's no other eyes. If you're high in my eyes and I'm high in your eyes, at the end we are all human beings, same. Nothing is doing more than that. But we all have to grow into the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has his manifestations in Allah, and then also we activate them the first time of Allah. If you're good in their eyes, then you're good in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to learn the teachings of Ahlul Bayt, to work on ourselves, on our nafs, to improve ourselves, and then after this, we have to use intellect. Inshallah, we'll discuss more about aql. This line belongs to and the way she lived and the way she's been treated by the nation of Islam. I remember that sometime Amir al-Mu'mineen used to come back home and say to Janab Zahra, Ya bint Rasulullah, I give salam to the people, and they don't respond to me. Instead, they give me salam, I give them salam. When Janab Zahra told me, asked them, Amir al-Mu'minin, Abu Hassan, why you are so sad today? He said, I give salam to the people. And it's their responsibility. I am their imam, and I am their leader, and I'm their rahbar, I'm their guide. Instead, they give me salam, I give them salam, and they do not respond to me. So, Amir al-Mu'minin and Fatimiyya Zahra, at the end of their life, they were very alone, by the way. They were very alone. While they were living among the people, but due to the politics, they were very alone. They were too alone. And this was mentioned by Sayyid Zahra in her last talk with Amir al-Mu'minin, when the last day with Abu Zahra, she was about to leave this world. She took the children for bath, she cleaned them, she put them new cloth on the children. And Amir al-Mu'minin asked from Abu Zahra, today you have too much energy, you're doing too much things together. She replied, because Ya Ali, today is my last night, and I'm not going to be with them anymore. So this is my last time with my children, and I want to serve them with my own hands. I wanted them to see clean, nice. And when Amir al-Mu'minin heard this sentence from Sayyida Zahra, he just sat out beside Fatima Zahra and said, he started crying. Amir al-Mu'minin started crying, and while he was crying, he said, Ya bint Rasulullah, if you leave me, I am going to be all alone, and you will leave this world with full of problems and calamities and mashakil, and you'll be with Rasulullah. How come you know that? She replied, Ya Ali, afternoon I took a nap and I saw my father Rasulullah in my dream, where he said, Ya Zahra, tonight you are my guest, and you are going to be with me tonight. So I decided to serve my family. And then she replied to Amir al-Mu'minin, Ya Ali, how you are going to be after me, all alone? And for a few moments, they both became totally silent. And after a few minutes, Sayyida Zahra started crying. Amir al-Mu'minin said, Ya Zahra, why you are crying? She replied, Ya Ali, I'm not crying for myself, I'm crying for you. How you are going to live after me? How you are going to be alone after me? And then Amir al-Mu'minin started crying, and he hugged Abu Zahra and said, yes. And I wish I'm not going to live longer after you. I hope I will join you soon, but that is my toughest part. And then Abu Zahra, she started talking with the Asma and said, Asma, take the kids out, and when they come back, told them that if they give me salam and I did no response, that means I'm not anymore alive. And then Asma did the same thing. When Hassan Hussein came back from home, from other home, from the neighbor's home, and they called mother, Ya Ammar, few times, and they didn't hear any reply, so they came to the room of mother, and they lied down on the mother, crying that, oh mother, why you left us alone? And then Amir al-Mu'minin came back from masjid to see Janab Zahra. And this was the calamity of Sayyida Zahra. That's how she left this world, with the troubles, with the lots of pain. And one of the pains, which is mentioned by Janab Abu Zar and Salman, that they said to the neighbors of Janab Zahra, Zahra is not going to be in this life anymore. Now you guys can enjoy the night. You're not going to listen to the cries of Zahra.
صلي على
السلام عليك يا رسول الله يا خاتم النبيين. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين يا سيد الوسيين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدتي نساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا أبا محمد الحسن بن علي أيها الزكي الناصح الأمين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين بن علي أيها الغريب المظلوم الشهيد بكربلاء. السلام عليكم يا أصحاب الحسين. السلام عليكم يا نصار الحسين. السلام عليكم يا زواج الحسين. السلام عليكم يا ذريات الحسين. السلام عليك يا أخت الحسين زينب بنت أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا أبا الفضل العباس بن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم يا أئمة الهدى يا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى الرضا الغريب الغرباء ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد الحسن بن علي. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب العصر والزمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. الأمان 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 من فتن الزمان. سيدي عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وجعلنا من أنصاره وعوانه والمستشهدين بين يديه ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على محمد
Çok tecrübesine göstermişler. Takip ediliyor. Takip ediliyor. Rahat bir şey olarak var. Tuzip edin. Var tuzip edin.